back to Soccer City, folks. Danny Brams here with another edition, a midweek edition. And of course, we are counting down to the Charlotte FC home opener. Going to be a big deal this weekend here in Charlotte. But we cover everything here in Soccer City. And even though we're very heavily focused on Charlotte FC most of the time on this show, want to bring in some special coverage of the professional women's team in town, Carolina Ascent. You know them, you love them. We've got Ava Cook and Phillip Poole, the coaches here. I'm going to turn my camera so you don't even see the Charlotte FC gear. I'm wearing my USL Super League scarf. I can't. I think my daughter hid my Carolina Ascent team specific one, so we won't worry about that. If I can find the camera here, welcome Ava and Phillip to the show.
Thank you so much for having us. I'm excited.
Phillip, how's season 2 going for you on top of the Ascent this year?
Yeah, you know what? It's we're moving. We're above the playoff line where we want to be. We're not in first place that we always talk about and set the standard, but we're trending in a good direction, and we're in that last little push for the playoffs here.
Yep, and you're very right about that. I'll bring up, we love to make our charts on this show, and we'll get to it early here, showing the USL Super League standings. You can see the Ascent above the playoff line there, 1 point above the line, with the game in hand against the team that's chasing you, the Zephyrs. That's got to feel pretty good. And it's just been a really cool thing here to see Carolina Ascent flourishing, really hit the ground running since they launched last season. Phillip, you were there for that. Ava, you're new here in the Queen City, and I want to talk about that. But Phillip, I want to get your perspective real quick, just what it's been like here in year 2. How is year 2 different than year 1 with the coming off the launch excitement and now building something that is sustaining in Charlotte at American Legion, and fans are showing out and showing up, and it's a good thing.
Yeah, Brams. Year 1 was excellent, right? Obviously, we won the league, got a lot of accolades along the way with our players. It was a great first year to come out of the gate. Year 2, again, a lot of expectation, and most of that expectation put on us by ourselves. So yeah, it's been really good. It's been great to see the fans. It's been great to see the league evolve. Right, there's what we're doing, and we've got our head buried in the sand, and we're concerned with us. But also, the league's grown, the league's improving, the league's getting better. So yeah, year 2's been great. We're not where we want to be. There's no secret with that, but pretty happy all in all, and I think we're in a prime position for this push here.
Yeah, and I think it's fair to say that the team, it was a little bit of you could call it a disappointing end to the season last year, with the team going out in the playoffs after being so dominant in the regular season on what most fans would say was probably an offside call against the Ascent there in that playoff game. Ava, what has it been like for you coming to join this project that set itself up in year 1? You came from Chicago Stars in the NWSL and have played with U.S. Women's National Program. How do you feel the Super League is doing in year 2 overall? Why did you want to come join this league and make the league jump? And what do you think of Charlotte so far in your time here?
Yeah, obviously, I was very excited to come here, and I'm very happy to be here. I am very impressed that the league is where it is, considering it's year 2. As many people know, it takes, quite a lot to build a league, and for where they're at in year 2 only is very impressive to me. I think that so far the environment and everything has been great. I feel like I've been welcomed with open arms, which meant a lot to me because, it's a new adventure and it's a new thing. I was in Chicago for 4 years. So 4 years is a long time to be anywhere. So I knew there was a lot different to come, but different is good and change is good. So far it's been great. And the city itself, I've been loving it. I've gotten the chance to explore a little bit more. It was pretty cold when I first got here. So it's nothing I'm not used to being in Michigan. So that was a fun little, I think I brought the weather with me. But now that it's been warmer, I've gotten to explore more, and the city's beautiful, and I'm loving every part of it.
Yeah, what are your thoughts just on the setting that you get to play in? It's going to be better and better as this heats up. We're recording this here on in the midweek on March 4th. I'll give that away depending on when you're watching it. But this is the first super spring day in Charlotte. It's absolutely amazing, and I hope you're enjoying it. I'm about to get out and enjoy it after we finish this interview. But what do you think of just the setting of American Legion Memorial Stadium and that view and the skyline and just the place to play soccer? How do you feel when you're out there on the pitch or practicing even?
Oh, it's beautiful. The skyline in the background is amazing. I think it's kind of underrated. I feel like when I got here, I was like, wow, that is a beautiful background for a stadium. And I enjoy the stadium a lot because I think it's perfect for a soccer setting. Um, it allows fans to be, pretty involved in the game, and it makes it easy for us to say hi to them after the game. And so far, the fans have been nothing short of fantastic. They come out and support, which is always appreciated. And from the few times after I've gone and chatted with a few people, it's like really good vibes. It's just good people, and I wouldn't ask for anything more in the support of that. So the stadium, the people, everything is great so far.
Excellent. I'll bring back Phillip here now because I want to know, Phillip, you create this team and you build the roster year one, you launch, you go out and have a successful year, but then it's time to start bringing people in. So what was it about Ava Cook and her career in Chicago that made her someone that you wanted to recruit and bring into this project? I remember when you signed Ava a couple months back, Phillip was quoted as saying things like, she's a brave player, she's dynamic in the air, she goes and gets after it. Have you seen that, what you were expecting, Phillip, from Ava, if you can comment with her in the stream? And how's the integration been as far as joining the team? I want to hear from the coach first and then the player after that.
Well, first off, I think Ava is like in prime time potential to be for her career, right? I mean, she's the perfect age, perfect amount of experience. She's the perfect attributes to play in our league and for our team. So I think that everything we wanted out of Eva we're seeing. I think it's always difficult when you integrate a player from NWSL into USL. So we're in a slight mid-season break, but then NWSL players are in the off-season. So we have to kind of factor some rest and factor how to build them. But again, Ava's sitting here. I think she knows exactly where she's at. She's at a point now where she's come through that building. She's come through her mini preseason, if you will. And I think the best is yet to come. But I really do believe now, there's one thing when you watch a player, and I've watched Ava play an awful lot over the years. You watch, you scout, you talk, and I'll maintain Ava is a brave, dynamic player that gives us different looks and different options. And I wouldn't say it. I know she's on the call with us, but you know what? I'm actually more impressed than I thought I would be at this stage. So we're looking for big things from Ava.
Ava, I'm sure that feels good to hear from your coach as you're joining this new squad. But what's it been like from on the flip side of that, joining this established team that came in and did really well, just hit the ground running? Like I said before, Carolina Ascent has been, sort of the class of the Super League since this league launched. How's the assimilation been for you?
Yeah, I think experience-wise, like joining any team, especially midway through a season, is tough. And they, like I said earlier, have been very welcoming, which I could not be more appreciative of. And the soccer's been really fun. The more I'm playing with the girls and learning them, learning how they want to play, it's just been kind of, building and building. And I'm having a lot of fun, which I think, at the core of it, it's our jobs, and it really is a game at the end of the day. So for me to be here and be at a place that enjoys playing soccer and playing with each other is really great. We have a lot of good ideas, and it's fun to see the ideas kind of morph and happen on the field real time. So it's been great. The environment, training intensity has been awesome. So just things to keep building on and going forward. But so far, my time here has been lovely.
Yeah, and you've so far mostly only featured as a substitute. Well, hopefully Coach can get you in that starting lineup soon as your contributions and your sort of feel gets going good. But I think it's really cool, and I think that's something that's good to focus on. Another question I would lob to both of you, and Ava, you can answer this first. But when we talk about trying to sell fans on a new league, a new club, and get build this connection with the community, have you already seen that, Ava? And the soccer, you talk about the soccer. It's got to be. You can't just like have fans show up, out of the goodness of their heart. You got to give them a product that's entertaining and worth watching. How have you seen that, and how enjoying fitting in and living up to that responsibility, Ava?
Yeah, from my time here so far, I mean, we've done a good amount of community things, but I think is so important. Like you said, we are a soccer club, but we are for the fans. Like we provide entertainment, and we wouldn't be there without our fans. So I think engaging with them as much as possible and the community itself to give back everything that they've given to us in support is huge, and we've done that a lot. Recently, we went to a museum downtown and saw some amazing artists for a part of Black History Month, which I thought was fantastic. It's always good to learn stuff too, about the community. And I think that that's a really special thing here is you can tell that our fans really want to engage and they show up for us. And the more we can give back to them and show up for them, just builds that relationship stronger for the club and for the future of Charlotte soccer. So it's great.
Phillip, how about you? Oh, you're on mute. You're on mute, Coach. Sorry about that.
It's my first time doing this.
All good.
No, I think you said it, Brams. I think there's a couple of factors, right, where you saw right. Listen, we all want fans to come out. There has to be a product. There has to be a good team in front of them. There has to be a competitive team, and I think that's one area that we don't struggle in at all. But I think there's another factor, right? Is I'm a big fan of FC, big fan of Charlotte sports and Hornets and Panthers and in the Knights. But there's no other stadium, there's no other professional sports team in Charlotte where you get the amount of access that you do at American Legion Memorial Stadium, right? In terms of getting to interact with players, getting to hang out, getting them to sign things, getting the pictures, getting the selfies. And I think Ava said it before, right? Even at an FC game on an average night hitting 25,000, there's 65 or 55,000 open seats. In a 10,000, 11,000 seat venue in the heart of a downtown, it's very rare. So I think we have an amazing venue. We have an amazing stadium. Obviously, the skyline, but the proximity, the closeness, the interaction with fans. Again, the autographs, the selfies, the being close enough to see these amazing women up close. You don't get that anywhere else in the city, and I think that's one thing that we'll continue to embrace and shine on.
Yeah, and I agree. It is just I can't harp on how great the environment is enough. I mean, it really is one of the best ways to spend an evening in Charlotte. I want to bring this up because as we look ahead, let me get this banner out of the way because I brought this graphic up before just to show the standings. But y'all's next match is the 13th, March 13th, at American Legion Memorial Stadium against Tampa Bay Sun, way down there at the bottom of the table. I mean, I'm not trying to give them bulletin board material. I'm not trying to get you guys to talk trash or anything like that. But it's, from a fan perspective, that looks like an opportunity for fans to come out and see a big Ascent win. How are you guys preparing for the next stretch of the season? Coach, you go first.
Yeah, listen, I think there's a lot of parity in our league. No one should sleep on Tampa. Tampa are a good side, good players, well coached. But look, you look at it and you go, it's a great opportunity for us to be at home in front of our fans on a really, really nice night, on a Friday night, albeit. Tampa are a good side, but at the end of the day, there's no team that we look at in our league, and we fear there's no team that we can't and haven't and won't continue to beat. And it's always a good game between us and Tampa. We won the league last year; they won the playoffs. So you'd look at it and go, it's a rematch of two good teams from last season.
And then Ava, you are new to this league, but what do you know about? Maybe you might know some of the players. I know the soccer world is small, and players. You've been probably growing up and playing against a lot of these players in both of these leagues. And what do you think about the challenge ahead next week?
Yeah, I think we're going to approach it like we do every game. For me, I think one of the biggest things about coming here and playing with everyone and playing for Poole is like we're here to win. And I know, everyone can say that, but I think this team genuinely is hungry to win. So we take that mindset and how we approach the game. We focus on what we want to focus on, and we come out and we know if we play together and we play hard, that we should achieve and have success. So I think putting that mindset forward against a really good side with Tampa will be pretty key in getting 3 points out of the game, but we're hungry for it. So this is the time to make a push, and I think that push starts this weekend.
Yeah, as Coach said, you never want to get caught table watching. I've talked to enough professional athletes and coaches enough in my life that I know it's always going to be one game at a time, the next challenge. But the table is there. The second half of the season is, hitting its stride, and you've got a couple months worth left of games. Like you said, Coach, the first thing you said when we started this interview was you said we're above the playoff line. So I know you are at least watching it a little bit. and it's a beautiful thing. It's going to be a great spring coming up ahead here to go out to games and watch Carolina Ascent and follow this playoff chase. Next Friday against Tampa Bay, I will be there. My girlfriend will be there, bringing my daughter. So I'm really looking forward to it, and I can't thank you guys enough for both coming in to talk to us today. Ava, just as we say goodbye here, just tell me your favorite thing about Charlotte so far since you've moved here to the city.
If it's not obvious already, I'm at a coffee shop. I've been loving the coffee here. There's so many places to go. I think it's just really fun to explore around. So the coffee's been great, but I will say the soccer's been better. So soccer's got to be my favorite part so far, but we'll see.
You are a woman after my own heart because I just finished my second coffee of the day here, and I about to go get my third. Coach Poole, if you wouldn't mind, can you just give the fan pep talk? Give us your best fan speech for getting out there, supporting this club for the next 2 months as we push for the playoffs.
Yeah, you've said so much, and you've been so gracious and kind in some things you've mentioned, Brams. But look, I think as Charlotte's only women's professional sports team, let alone women's soccer team, I think we are in such a cool space, such a unique group. And I think Ava touched on it, and you've definitely said it, is that our stadium is a fun place to be. It's an amazing night out. You see two quality teams playing, you have a lot of fun. It's not the same as trying to line up and figure parking out in different places at the Hornets and Panthers and FC. This is easy on our millennials that like to come in the beach club and have a few glasses of wine and beers before the game. It's great on families. It's really good for the football purist, and I think when you're a combination of all three, it turns into a great night out. So we have a good team. We're coming off a championship season, and I'm really excited about this next 10-game push. And the more our fans are with us, the better it is. And look, we had the highest 3 attendances in the league last season. And when Charlotte shows up, they show up, and it's a little known fact. Our second highest attendance, we went head to head at the same time with FC. We went head to head at the same time with the golf tournament and with the NASCAR All-Star race. So it shows there's an appetite here in Charlotte. It shows we're just at the beginning of this. And I want to be in a pole position here next Friday, 5 years from now and 10 years from now. So our fans are massive, and I think we have the best venue in the league.
Sold. What a great speech. I absolutely love it. I love the fact that you harp on different reasons to go so the whole family can go. The family member who's super into the tactics of the sport is going to have a good time. The one who just wants to go hang out is going to have a good time as well. No better pitch than that. I can't wait for the match. Thank you guys so much for coming in. We say when we focus so much on FC here, we always say it's for the crown, baby. But with the Ascent, we're going to say join the climb, baby.
Thank you so much for having us. I really appreciate it. It was great talking with you guys.
Thanks for having us, Brams. This has been great. I appreciate what you do for everyone in Charlotte.